All right. This is Isaiah 64, verse 4. And this is about waiting on God. For since the beginning of the world, and that's since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither has the eye seen, O God, besides you, what he has prepared for him that waiteth for him. There's a lot of verses in the Bible about waiting on God. But it's literally saying, the one who waits on God, you have no idea what he has in store for you. You couldn't wrap your mind around it. You couldn't fathom it. Now I'm going to take you to another verse, so I got to pause for a second. Okay, this is Isaiah again. This is Isaiah 49, verse 23. And I think, I know that it's talking about Jesus here. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust off thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. There's that wait again. If you notice, everything Jesus, which I guess you can call it kind of waiting, every time somebody would say something to him, he'd be like, well, my time hasn't come yet. There was a set time for everything. But waiting is something that a Christian, a godly man, is going to have to get used to. And you got to do it with patience. You got to have patience. But right here, it says, you will not be ashamed that wait on me. I mean, praise God. I'm going to take you to another verse. Okay, this is Lamentations. This book I actually haven't read, I don't think. But it's Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 25. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. I mean, there's two waits in this one. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him. He's good to the ones that wait. To the soul that seeks him, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of God. Quietly on that one. Quietly await. You are doing it with patience. You know, you start with hope, right? And when you have hope, you sit there and you wait patiently, and it's worked for me. It's the only reason I'm even doing this right now. Telling you about waiting on God. It does work. It's a promise, and I promise you it works out of my own mouth, out of my own testimony, which someday I might share. But right now, I'm just saying it works. Patience, quietly awaiting for the salvation of the Lord. It works. All right, I'm going to take you to another. All right, this is Psalms chapter 31, verse 19. And this is more trust than waiting, but you got to trust in what you're waiting for, right? Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast worked for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. So that goes with waiting on the Lord right there. You have to trust him. And right here, it's showing that you're trusting in him in the front of people. You're doing it in front of all men, which shows that you're not scared to be a Christian, right? Which David, if you read Book of Psalms, he is an awesome man. And if you're a Christian, you know that you and David have a lot in common. I mean, your prayers, everything is very similar with David. because, Jesus came out of this lineage. They called Jesus the son of David, which he wasn't, but they called him that anyway. But just to say, trust. You have to trust in what you're waiting for. You do it quietly. You do it with fear. And it's not a fear like the devil gives you or like the world gives you. It's a different fear. It's just, it's going to happen. And you just do it. You got to do it in front of everybody. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it says, trust in thee before the sons of men. Everyone, they just won't do that anymore. They're scared to say God or Jesus in front of people. And this is what we came from. I mean, this is our actual Father. All right, I'm going to take you to another. All right, this is Psalms still. This is Psalms 40. Let's see, 1 through 3. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the marrow clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. He's even put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. See, there's trust in waiting together. Can't beat that. That went together really nice for me right there. Yes, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He was in a bad way, and he was crying out to God. And he sat there and he patiently waited, and God heard him. He set his feet up on a rock, it says. He pulled him out of the pit, out of the clay. He established his goings. He put a song in his mouth. I mean, this guy was so happy and blessed. Because why? Because he waited on the Lord. Let me take you to another one. All right, this is Psalms 37, verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. I mean, it's saying that evildoers are going to be killed up out of the world. They're going to be taken out of it. But the ones that wait on the Lord, they're going to inherit the earth. They're going to inherit the land. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take you to the same chapter, verse 34. All right, 34. Wait on the Lord and keep his way. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. Wait on the Lord, and he'll keep his way. That means you do what the Lord wants you to do, and you just wait. But what the will of the Lord, you keep that way. You don't go the way of men, don't go the way of the world. You keep the way of God and wait. And he will exalt you to inherit the land, it says. When the wicked are cut off, you're going to even see it. All right, I'm going to take you to another one. All right, this is Philippians. Chapter 4, verse 4. And I think this book is so short, I think it only has 4 chapters. Not sure, but I think. Well, anyway, you've waited on God. You've trusted in God. Now let's see the peace. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice. Let your moderation or your gentleness be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be known unto God. For everything that you need, pray and let God know. And you're going to wait for this, and you're going to get the peace. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and mind through Jesus Christ. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, and whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Meditate on that stuff. That's what it's saying. I mean, we're talking about peace. You've sat there and you've waited on God. You've prayed. You've gave him your prayers. He knows what you need. Now you got to trust in him. You're going to sit there and you're going to trust. And while you're doing all this, you're going to have peace. Because you believe and waiting and knowing that God is fixing to deliver in everything that he has promised you. Because it's a promise. He cannot lie. Just know that, folks. God cannot lie. I mean, it's the end of the sentence. He cannot lie. If he says something, then it's going to come true. He said, as the rain falls from the heavens and waters, everything that brings forth the fruit and all that. He said the same as it does that, the words that leave his mouth are not going to leave his mouth and come back void, but they're going to do what he sends it out to do. But yeah, that's what I want to share with you today, and hope you get something out of it. Wait on God. Trust in God. You'll have the peace of God. You'll have all of it. And be in his word every day. If you can, I mean, just for a minute or one verse, find something every day. And always pray and chat with the Lord. You know what I mean? You got to have a relationship with him. You got to have a relationship with him. If he wants to conform you into the image of his son, how's he going to do that unless you're talking with him? Because, even talking to yourself, you learn stuff. You'll learn to be more like Jesus. Because God's going to talk to you. God never sleeps or slumbers. He's always there. He'll never turn his back on you like the world does. I mean, this world is full of evil folks. They'll turn their back on you. They'll run away. But God will never desert you. He is your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your wife, whatever you need him to be. He is it, and he will never leave you. It's a promise too. But yes, folks, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Let your meditation be known, your gentleness be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. The Lord is coming. Yes. So let us not sleep, right? Well, thank you for hanging out with me, and God bless you. And I just hope you get something out of this. If I make one person pray, then I've done something. That's the way I feel about it. So, see you the next time, I reckon. Later.